Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP
Level 974.
Object Class Keter, previously Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4769 is to be contained in a standard containment cell in a permanent state of unconsciousness with cameras, heart rate monitors, and brainwave mapping equipment to be monitored by no less than 3 Level 4 Foundation personnel at all times. The subject is to be kept permanently engaged within an advanced simulation achieved through the direct stimulation of the optical nerves and the prefrontal cortex of the brain. A highly modified Cray supercomputer is utilized in the simulation of the containment environment. All hardware relating to the simulation of SCP-4769's containment environment is to be kept at a temperature below 190 degrees Celsius using a constant flow of liquid nitrogen. Upon fortnightly maintenance procedures, SCP-4769 is to be placed into a strong induced coma, and temperatures are to be increased to -50 degrees Celsius to allow technicians to survey the system for signs of disrepair and clear out debris which may impact the functioning of the device. Due to SCP-4769's abnormally high levels of brain activity, sedative effectiveness is reduced to a time span of roughly 3 hours. Consciousness of the subject is not deemed to be an immediate threat. However, this should be actively avoided to maintain the immersion of SCP-4769 within the simulation. Description: SCP-4769 is a Class 4 reality bender with the appearance of an adult East Indian male, estimated to be around 50 to 60 years old, with an average body build and receding gray hair. Subject appears to be biologically human, yet does not require any form of sustenance to live. Prior to containment following Incident 4769-1, subject was found to be actively employed at university as a physics lecturer, and self-identifies as such. However, individuals found to have interacted with SCP-4769, which were interviewed uniformly, could not recall how or when SCP-4769 came to become a lecturer, its name, or if the subject entered or exited the premises at any point in time. Students directly taught frequently by SCP-4769 exhibited no anomalous or particularly strange traits of their own other than a relative lack of knowledge in physics-related subjects compared to other classes. Interviewees were administered Class B amnestics and released back into the public. SCP-4769 appears to have control over its perceived reality and is able to manipulate the physical properties of space around it in an undefined radius. Observation has revealed the subject's anomalous abilities are only activated through vocalization or written words. Subject seems oblivious to its anomalous abilities, even after their effects cause drastic alteration to its surroundings. SCP-4769 appears to be invulnerable to the effects of its own manipulation. However, it can be harmed directly by external forces. All attempts of photography of SCP-4769 have turned out heavily degraded, which Dr. Hopper theorizes may be a passive effect of the subject's reality manipulation and linked to its anti-memetic effects on individuals which it has interacted with. SCP-4769 rests in a dormant state during times outside of its teaching schedule, a time frame between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. During this dormant state, SCP-4769 is inattentive and extremely hard to coerce into talking unless the topic of the conversation is somewhat physics-orientated. SCP-4769 has displayed doctorate-level knowledge within classical mechanics, thermodynamics, relativity, electronics, quantum mechanics, and astrophysics. However, it lacks a basic understanding of virtually anything else. Attempts to stop SCP-4769 from discussing or writing about physics-related topics has resulted in SCP-4769 discussing these subjects far more vigorously than if left to its normal teaching schedule. As such, preventing SCP-4769 from speaking about physics is strictly prohibited to prevent unnecessary simulation resets. Addendum: SCP-4769 Dr. Hopper's Subject Discovery and Containment. SCP-4769 was discovered by Foundation personnel after news of extreme slipperiness had caused sudden wide-scale car crashes on the road. Mobile Task Force Beta 23, Crowbar, was deployed to stabilize the situation and identify the cause of the anomaly. SCP-4769 was found in the center of the radius of the effect, absent-mindedly teaching a group of students. SCP-4769 acknowledged Foundation personnel and was compliant in its capture, if not mildly annoyed for disturbing others' learning. SCP-4769 was transported for interrogation at site with no incident. Later analysis of the lecture revealed that the subject had neglected to account for friction within a hypothetical scenario involving the kinematics of a car on the affected nearby road. After presenting this to SCP-4769 and highlighting the error, it proceeded to correct the equation, restoring road to its previous state. SCP-4769's object class was reclassified from Euclid to Keter by Dr. Hopper. This was a lot worse than we could have imagined. This idiot makes a single mistake and we're done. Dr. Hopper. All civilians involved in the incident were administered Class A amnestics, and a cover story involving a sudden sleet buildup in a freak snowstorm was dispersed. Interview log. First interview with SCP-4769. Interviewed, SCP-4769. Interviewer, Dr. Hopper. First interview with SCP-4769. Interview conducted by Dr. Hopper in a mobile interrogation vehicle after first encounter at Begin log, 1843 hours.
Hello, 4769. Please call me Reg. Unfortunately, I must refer to you as SCP-4769 as per Foundation regulations.
SCP-4769 diverts gaze from Dr. Hopper to the wall behind Dr. Hopper.
Are you okay to proceed with this interview? Yes. As I was saying, my name is Dr. H. Can you tell us how you got here? I don't know. What were you doing?
SCP-4769's gaze drifts onto Dr. Hopper's watch.
4769? Teaching. And what is it you teach exactly? Physics. Although I can teach maths pretty well too. Also, can draw pretty well, but sometimes I can get carried away. I completely lost last examination's results that way.
SCP-4769 again slips into a state of inattentiveness, seemingly reminiscing of the act.
Are you aware of what happened today?
SCP-4769 retains its state of inattentiveness.
SCP-4769, it's sir to you, young man. Do not answer questions when you have not been asked. It really slows down the lesson. If everybody asked a question instead of listening to what I say the first time... Okay, we get it. Somebody please shut him up. Yes, 3 milliliters of midazolam should be fine. We're done here.
End log, 1858 hours. SCP-47